What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and we're going to talk about the state of the market today because, man, oh man, can we just see what is happening here? There's a big dump that took place today. I think Bitcoin got to as low as 42,000 or around that range. Okay, we see all these coins just taking a big fat dump everywhere. You see that? Everywhere. So, but anyhow, here is a video of BitBoy talking about his top picks for the month. Here we go. Listen up.
For the past year, XRP was not available on most exchanges in the US, and its future was looking uncertain for a minute there. But as the trial progressed, the case has begun to fall apart. Now it seems that Ripple will be getting away with a small fine, and then will have full permission to continue working with banks and eventually go public. As we covered in previous videos, Ripple has existing relationships with banks around the world and a suite of products that allow banks to make international payments much more efficient than traditional finance. After years of being criticized by the crypto community for working with banks, Ripple is now fighting against the government in a case that could set a firm precedent that will likely end up shielding other crypto projects from prosecution in certain areas. This doesn't mean that we will get any kind of regulatory clarity from this case. The SEC is fighting with everything they have to make sure that doesn't happen. Because if they have to define their regulatory power, it will limit how much power they actually have.
And so, this is the thing I've never understood. If these maxis have been on this narrative of out with the banks, done with the banks and stuff, but here they're trying to get rid of all our basically what I'm saying is if these maxis have been trying to get away from the government, but here are yet advocating to have some regulatory clarity. It just doesn't make sense, and that could be maybe from a few maxis that I've heard talking. Maybe they're not all that way. So, but regardless of the fact, uh, this is a case that's standing up for the whole crypto community, and it's a big one, and it's something that it's gonna it's gonna have a green light for, I believe, specifically XRP, and it's gonna set the standard for cryptos, and it's gonna replace the Howey test. Now, I don't know how long this can go. Obviously, BitBoy saying September, okay, but a lot of things can happen, and maybe Ripple just may not want just the fine. Maybe they want to get to the bottom of this. And if that's the case, there will be some serious consequences for the SEC, and they won't have the power they used to. But does it mean that that has to happen in order for the new standard to be placed? I don't know. I really don't know. And can this case drag on longer? Yeah, possibly. It can. And so you're going to see a lot of things. That's why I said it's very volatile right now. We don't know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you have to keep your eyes open, your ears open, and consider all the possibilities and do what you can to control your side of the equation. Now, I want to talk about and give a shout out to Blockchain Bagger because he was spot on in one of his videos yesterday. Here we see XRP Wave Rider say that he was spot on in yesterday's video about the setup. We see also John Deaton talking about the big dump today. He says, a friend thinks I'm a genius because I told him I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin drops on Bitcoin Day and El Salvador. And he said that he's not, and he was listening to the Blockchain Backer. And I want to show you a clip from Blockchain Backer's video yesterday to show you just exactly what he was talking about.
But on February 1st, there was, I believe, a Telegram group that got put together where everybody was planning on buying XRP at the same time. I did not participate in this. I did not promote it, but you could see what happened. at the exact buy time that everyone was supposed to buy XRP, you could see that the price actually ended up plummeting. And by the end of the day, it had actually lost 32% compared to what happened at the time that people were supposed to buy XRP at. Why did this happen? Why did the price of XRP fall at a time when everybody was supposed to buy? And it happens because everybody knew about it ahead of time, and as you can see, they front ran it. By the time the time came, what happened? Everybody had already bought, and they sold it. And as you can see over here, Michael Saylor is promoting that same type of thing to happen with Bitcoin. And I'll read this to you really fast. On September 7th, which is tomorrow, El Salvador will officially begin using Bitcoin as its national currency alongside the US dollar. Every cyber hornet I know is planning to buy $30 in Bitcoin tomorrow in solidarity with the people of El Salvador and their leader. Will you join us? And so what we're watching is that same type of thing. And this hasn't been silent. This has actually been known about for at least a couple of days, that I've seen it starting to kind of flutter around on Twitter. Whether or not this was going to grow into anything bigger, I didn't know. But obviously now that Michael Saylor has started promoting it, clearly the whole Bitcoin community knows they're all supposed to buy Bitcoin tomorrow. We've seen exactly what happens whenever there becomes a planned buy time, and especially if people know about it ahead of time because people front run it. And well, look at where they've organized all of this to happen at, right back at the 702 Fibonacci retracement level. So they're convincing all retail investors to go buy Bitcoin tomorrow. Now, there's certain things I can think about that.
Okay, and what did we see in the prices? A big nasty dump. There you see it. This goes across the whole spectrum of coins. Okay, big nasty old dump right on everyone's face. It's just so it's interesting the timing too that they did this when it was close to the 702 tracement for Bitcoin. But it is what it is. You have to deal with it. But onward we go. And so, if you haven't seen his new update, Blockchain Backer has a new update on what he sees on the market. Go ahead and check it out. Highly recommend. Hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. What are your thoughts? As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.